getting some car noise because somebody pulled up next to me. Oh, good morning, everybody. Dr. Freedom here with you. It is a lovely day. It's nice and brisk out, not too cold, definitely not too hot like we had over the summer, and we're not going into the whole global warming thing today. I'm like, I could spend years on how that's a load of shit. But top scientists, yeah, and the top scientists were telling me when I was growing up we were heading for an ice age. Then it was global warming. See, I could spend years on that topic because, like I said, I've heard so many different people say so many different things about shit that's going to happen in the future, and it's like half the time, more than half the time, they're wrong. It's like, you can't even tell me if it's going to rain next week. Yet you're going to tell me what, the glaciers are going to come steal my house or something. No, I got time, Jack, because dummy me, I was sitting here looking at, once again, the only thing I don't like about my Jeep is the fact the clock can't keep time. It literally, within a couple weeks, this thing will be 3 or 4 minutes behind actual time. I don't know if it's because of whatever software they're using or, whatever it is, but every now and then I have to sit there and put the thing slightly ahead so it'll stay on time for a while. But all right, still, we're not getting any doctor news till next year. Well, the thing is Mother Earth, as stated by a greater philosopher than I, has been through far worse than us. We've only been engaged in the heavy industry for a little over 200 years. Now, if we were at it for, say, 1,000 years, okay, I can see the point. But we're talking, when you go look up how much carbon emissions a volcano has, and we have active volcanoes all over the planet. Go look up how much carbon emissions are put out by cows farting and animals farting. And like I said, here in the U.S., we have so many emission control laws. What's really bothering, though, is what's going on in Beijing, China. And trust me, I do want things to stay clean, all right? I don't want, smoky air. I don't want it to the point nobody can breathe. But we have a lot of emission control laws here in America. And it has improved quite a bit. It's just when you go to China, a sunny day in China, you don't even know if the sun's up. I remember back when the Olympics went to Beijing, they had to shut down all the industry for like a week or two before the Olympics showed up so the athletes could even breathe. I don't want to see that. No way. But the fact that they're saying it's affecting the weather, when at the same time they were telling us it's getting warmer out, and yet the polar ice caps on Mars were melting. Don't sit there and tell me that we've created such a badass set of SUVs that we're melting the global ice cap on the planet next door. That tells me the sun's doing something at that point. So no, I never want to see it happen, and I do believe, we should have emission control. We should be responsible for what we're doing. But to say that, the problem is, if we are adversely affecting the weather, they've built this whole infrastructure on the oil-based economy and all this crap. It would take us God knows how long to switch over to something else. Just like here in America. Do you ever notice how in smaller countries they have monorails and stuff like that? Yet we don't have a high-speed bullet train or anything like that here in America because it would cost them several $billions to change the existing infrastructure from rail over to that. And they'll never spend the money to do it. There's railway. I would not be the least bit surprised to find out there are rails out there still there that have been serving for like over a century. And like I said, I really, by now we should have a high-speed train where you can get on a train and be in California in like a couple hours. And it's maglev, so it doesn't really pollute as much as your regular standard train. But I know it really does suck because when those fires brew up in Canada, we get up here in the morning. I don't know if it's fog or it's smoke come down from the Canadian fires. But you'll smell it when it is. Oh, goodness. It'll be a nice little thing in the back of your throat because you'll know, like, oh, okay, that's smoke. But let's get off the environmental because, once again, there's no Doctor Who news. Like I said, I'm probably just go ahead and take the Doctor Who News logo off these things and change the tags because there's not going to be any news till probably after 2026. Hang on. Who cares? All right. Matter of fact, what's your name? Megan Williamson. I don't care. You see, that's the problem. You've got people in the world now who are so obsessed with how many numbers they have on their pages that they aren't paying attention to real life. If I wanted to, I could have had this channel way above this by now. I was offered partnerships years ago. Every now and then I still get a couple notices now and then. I just turn them down. It's not worth the hassle. Hang on, all right. I don't care if I even make one person's life happier. I don't give a shit. You can't buy me with that rhetoric. So go pick on somebody else. Maybe go slap a kid or something, because that's about the same league as what you're doing now. But meanwhile, the world is a wacky place. I keep seeing this story about this poor young Ukrainian lady. She came over here trying to start a new life and all that, and gets stabbed to death on a train, and nobody covers it. And I'm like, wow, this is weird, because no, you're just trying to demean and boycott and be mean. Dude, I'm over half a century old. I've got a half a century of wisdom on you. I've seen this so many times in the last so many years. It's like, pedantic. You're feeling miserable about your own life, so you have to attack somebody else online to make yourself feel better. Oh, trust me, your language gives you away at your age. I don't even have to ask how old you are. I can tell you're probably a pre-adolescent. But let's get back on the more important things. Yeah, no Doctor Who news till next year. They've decided to keep pushing this back. Then they reschedule. They're originally talking about autumn this year, of course, for War Between the Land and the Sea. Now War Between the Land and the Sea has been pushed back into sometime in 2026. They're trying to buy time to keep a smokescreen up until, and they're saying, well, Disney Plus has that time to make a decision. No, Disney Plus should have made a decision by now. If your product was above bar and above average and so fantastically great, you should have gotten a yes by now, and you haven't. And it sounds to me like either some kind of negotiations going on, or they're trying to put up a smoke screen till they can figure out what the hell they're going to do without the Disney Plus money. Now, like I said, I just see it for what it is. It's obvious. What do you call it? They're stalling for time until they can come up with something positive, and it's not going to work. I can't believe the amount of bullshit they're pumping out. Hell, RTD's already working on Tiptoe, whatever the hell that is, and your production staff for Unleashed were advertising their services as being available like earlier this year, if not almost the end of last year. And Also, where it is, they've already taken down the center console and TARDIS set. The main part is still there, but they're going to probably change things around if they get a new Doctor. And also, Billie Piper, look at how much work Billie Piper is getting right now. They honestly think they're going to get her for a song and dance, paycheck? I'm not kidding. That's the problem with this trap that RTD's laid. Billie Piper is not, it's not like back in the day where you can get away with paying her somewhere above scale because she's breaking into the business. She's been on several series now. I believe she's done a couple of movies. I don't think they amounted to anything, but still, it's going to cost money that you don't have. And if you look at the end credits of the last episode, and it never says Billie Piper as the Doctor, it says introducing Billie Piper. That's because if she was going to be the Doctor, they'd have already signed papers. It would already be in the credits, and that way they could do that. So obviously, as we found out from Billie herself, she was called up last minute as a favor, and that's when she did that little scene, because I don't know how many other people had already stated that he was going to probably end it with shooting regenerating and go to a black screen, and it was going to piss everybody off. Then all of a sudden they bring her in, redo this, and then hoop, there it is. Oh, ignore who? Okay. I really wish I had something new to tell you, but we don't have anything new to tell you. Okay? It's been dead quiet. All's quiet on the UK front. Right now in the UK, I would be more worried about calling someone a dirty name and getting arrested by the cops. You know a country's gone backwards when you call someone a muppet. Next thing you know, you've got four bobbies locking you up. Or if you wave an English flag at a protest, you're getting arrested. And you live in England. Yet you can walk around all day with a Palestine flag out there in the middle of London, and no one's going to bother you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the shit has hit the fan, really. It's just going nuts over there. Hang on. I wish I could make sense of half of what's going on in the comment box. But okay, but just to give you an idea, like I said, I never started this out for fame. I never started this out for fortune. I started this out for glory. I didn't do it. I did it because there were people out there running around spreading lies and nonsense, and there still are. There's no way I'm ever going to tackle them because they've got the wind tunnel tested hairdo, the smile they paid for last week at the dentist, and of course they get advertisers. And the advertising thing on YouTube's gone bonkers. There's this one podcast I really love, but when you have to sit through in a 1 hour interview, like over a dozen ad breaks, and then you have like 2-minute paid product placements that are, they do themselves and edit in. It's like, where's the actual interview time? It's like, so I really wish I had some good news to tell you all. I really wish I could say, look, they've pulled something out of their butts and you're going to get Doctor Who next year. But the way things are looking, you're going to be lucky if you get Doctor Who back in 2027. Because unless somebody gets their head and their ass wired together straight, that's not going to happen. I genuinely believe that I don't really believe this nonsense that they aired the first 2 seasons of the main show and did not get any feedback from Disney Plus. No, Disney Plus is going to sit on their hands and wait until the spin-off airs, the spin-off of the main show. It's like, what does that have to do with their decision to buy or sell or not keep the main show? Well, they can't sell it, but you know what I mean? That makes no sense at all when you sit and think about it. So I'm really not buying the whole they're waiting until after the spinoff airs to give a decision. That decision was already made. And let me remind you, other series out there that really are, hitting it big are getting renewed well before their last episode runs. But at the same time, look at the shows where we've waited like 3 years to get a second season of. Sadly, that is streaming television. It makes me almost miss the days of broadcast TV when you got a new season every year. But it's not a stream for people. I live in the United States. Oh, well, take care, everybody. I just realized I am way over time. So please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Enjoy your Tuesday. And hopefully we'll be hearing something soon. I really hope so. Have a good one, everyone. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. I keep hitting that button. All right.